Hey everyone, welcome back to Rainy Day Let's Play. I'm Solon, and we are continuing our playthrough of Sweet Fuse at Your Side. And as this game has been so far, it starts very quickly, and we really do not get a breath, which I was not necessarily expecting so much. And so I will be trying to be more careful about when I am starting and ending episodes, because it's not a very clean break in levels or anything like that. So when we last left off, we had just entered the RPG funhouse kind of thing. It's just a giant castle that is booby-trapped and will kill us all if we cannot get into the if we cannot solve the puzzles that are hidden within. And so we have just walked in, and Urabe is going to make a quick observation. My, this is certainly extravagant. Just like the outside of the castle, the interior was also an odd mix of east and west. This particular room seemed to have a stronger European influence. It absolutely does, with the curtains and the wood windows. It's very ornate. I like the wood ceiling especially, with the chandelier. In the center was a certain statue of a creepy looking animal. A lion? Maybe? That's a chimera. Can't fool me. That is the eagle and the lion and the snake on the butt. That's a chimera. We do have these locks on each side though too, and I don't know what that pattern means, but only the place I've seen it is in the Phoenix Wright game with the locks where you have to unlock all the thingies. That. So I know there's got to be some kind of symbol based metaphor there. Not symbolism, but that's a different kind of metaphor. But yeah. There was a large device with several panels next to the statue. Each panel had a silhouette of a person on it. The doors to the left and the right had chains bolted across them. Obviously, we weren't going out that way anytime soon. This room is creepy. I sure hope we're not gonna get locked in here or something. No sooner were the words out of my mouth than the door swung shut behind us. Ugh, damn it, it's locked! You just had to say it, didn't you? Yeah, I'm being a little coy. What are we going to do? We're trapped, you guys. I meant it as a joke, but, suddenly being trapped in the room with that statue, not so funny. Still, standing around worrying about it was not going to waste time. If we want to get out of here, then we're going to have to solve this puzzle. That's how you get everyone wrapped in the spirit of puzzle solving. Every bit of time was precious. I started to look around the room. Hey, don't do anything rash. We need to think about this carefully. Yeah, and then we'll still be thinking carefully when this whole place goes boom. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I won't touch anything. Everyone makes manly grunting noises. Guess you don't get to be a police detective without being methodical. We do need to be cautious, but Mitarashi's right too. If we don't move quickly, we're going to be in bad shape. I started moving around the room, examining things, and before long the others started to do the same. That statue and the panels next to it both seem pretty suspicious. They do seem to be kind of the whole puzzle. I mumbled to myself and walked toward the statue. Then suddenly, I heard a mechanical voice begin to speak. Awaken to your destiny and slay the demon new. Fail to slay the new and die by its poison. I think that was some kind of hint. A new. What's a new? They're probably mean that statue. He raised a hand to point at the thing in the center of the room. Oh, so a new is an animal? I thought it was a lion or something at first, but as I looked closer I could see that wasn't even close. Ah yes, the new. A Japanese creature of myth and legend. Alright, that's pretty cool. So why the hell's it here? With all our eyes on the new, something that looked sort of like smoke began to spill out of its mouth. Things are escalating, slowly but surely. What the heck is this? Get away from there. His voice was slightly muffled by the handkerchief he'd suddenly pressed over his mouth and nose. The rest of us all clasped whatever we had to our own faces. Oh no, is this poison gas? I'm afraid it probably is. By now the stuff pouring out of its mouth was purple, clearly not ordinary smoke. Smoke would have risen up, but this was slowly spreading out all over the floor like a nice jam on toast. Fail to slay the new, die by its poison. Guess we've got that part of the riddle figured out. Ayumu frowned and rubbed his hand across his rough beard. Whatever happens, we can't just start running around. There's no place for this gas to go. If we move it too much, we might end up spreading it. Then what the hell are we gonna do? We're gonna die if it fills the room up. Don't shout. We need to keep the air still. The calmer it is, the longer that gas stays on the floor. Look, let's just calm down. We've still got plenty of time for the gas. We've got plenty of time. We're fine. We're fine. Little lady's right. If we can solve this puzzle, we should be home free. Freaking out, it's just gonna waste the air we got. Chill out. Chill out? How are you so calm? Wakasa, no! What is he doing? He shot across the room to the door we'd come in through, began to furiously twist the handle. Trauma! Didn't you hear what I just said? We have to keep the air calm. I don't care. There's gotta be someone outside, right? Hey, open this door! Open up! He'd gone into a state of total panic, frantically pulling on a door that clearly was not going to open. Were you even listening, you little twerp? He said, we're going to run out of air if you do that. Wait. Gestured desperately to Mitarashi to calm down and walked as slowly and carefully as I could over to Wakasa. Hey, Wakasa, listen to me. We didn't have any time to waste, but I couldn't just leave him in a panic either. Just grab him by the shoulders. You have to calm down. To get out of here, we just have to solve the puzzle. I mean, how do you not come into this situation, not expect the door's probably going to lock behind us? We're probably going to be trapped in here. We're already trapped. We're just now trapped in a smaller spot, and things already suck. So maybe this is just more like, whatever his name is. Wateroo? I'm still trying to learn everyone's names. Maybe just hit him what the stakes of everything is. She's right. Everything's going to be fine. When did he... I was wondering how he'd moved so quietly. Shido reached out to take hold of Wakasa's arm. Really? Urabe spoke up. Look at the gas. It's coming out very slowly. We have plenty of time left before it becomes dangerous. There is no need to be rash. I saw his hand loosen and slide off the doorknob. Shido was awfully reassuring. Then again, he was a police officer, and of all the people there, he seemed the most reliable. When you said things would be alright, you kind of believe him. And Urabe made a good point too. Slowly and carefully, we moved back to the statue. Back to the puzzle. The thing that voice said earlier sounded like a hint. Do any of you know what it might mean? Awaken to your destiny and slay the demon Nu. Fail to slay the Nu and die by its poison. Okay, so we've got the second part. It's all about awaken to your destiny and slay the demon Nu. And I'm seeing a bunch of tiles up and down the right side, and it seems like there is 5, maybe 7 of them, 5 or 7, and one of them's flashing. So someone's got to be awakening to their destiny. One of these guys gotta. The latter part appears to be fairly straightforward. Perhaps we should concentrate on the line which says awaken to your destiny. Maybe, but we still don't know squat about this room. We need to look around some more. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time, so why don't we split up? Ugh, fine. How are we gonna split up then? Let me think. How do we want to split up? Alright, awesome. We can examine the panels with Shido, Wakasa, and Miyoshi, or we can examine the statue with Shirabe, Mitarashi, and Urabe. The statue makes sense. There's poison coming out of it, and that's all cool. I am more interested in the panels, because I feel like we don't have enough information about those. So I'm going to... Oh, I'm going to let it... You have to first choose to select, and then you can select it. How about me, Shido, Wakasa, and Miyoshi look at those panels? Sounds fine, but why are you making the decision? And why did you choose these groups? Are they bad? No, this is fine. Okay, why are we all arguing about it? Who cares? Why are we whining about who's doing what? We don't have time for that. Then let's get going. And with that, we split up. Shido, Wakasa, Miyoshi, and I headed toward the panels. Cool. Okay, so there were 7. That makes a lot more sense. Looks like there's 7 kind of like classes, almost. A la Final Fantasy. What do you think these silhouettes are supposed to represent? They look like fighters of some kind. I took a closer look at the panels. Each one had a human-looking silhouette. One panel was lit up. Yeah, they look like people. One of them has a sword, and this one has a bow. Miyoshi suddenly spoke up. There are names under each one. Oh hey, you're right. This is a warrior, monk, mage. So I guess they're not all fighters. Right, I wouldn't really call a mage a fighter. I was trying to figure out what it meant when Miyoshi spoke up. I think they're classes. Classes. Wakasa piped up. Oh, you mean like in RPGs? Yeah. Right, of course, I get it now. Yes! Punch my hand in victory! But only one of them is lit up. Yeah, the monk one. Why only that one? There had to be some sort of meaning behind it. You, Miyoshi, you know a lot about this video game. Yeah, I beat it once. Give me a summary of it, quickly. The protagonist is a warrior who goes on an adventure and teams up with a bunch of other people. Eventually, you get a full party of 7. Party of 7! That must be what the panels are. I realized I was yelling and quickly shut my mouth, but Shido nodded thoughtfully. Yes, that must be it. The 7 heroes. We gotta be heroes. But I don't get it. Why is this guy the only one who's lit up? We should report back to the other group and strategize. They must have found something by now. We all agreed and headed back toward the statue and the other team. Cool. So we got one piece of the puzzle. Hopefully the other team has got the other piece of the puzzle and we will hang loose forever. We meet up again and begin to exchange information. We're like right next to each other. It's not like we weren't like in we weren't in like a workshop group. It's like, alright, we're gonna go over here and workshop about the side of the puzzle. You guys workshop about your side and we'll organize it all together at the end. It's gonna be great. Alright, let's go over this life and death puzzle. The panels are the 7 adventures from Samurai Fantasy VII. The only one that is lit is the monk. The 5 buttons on the new are on... Oh, there's 5 buttons on the new. On the head, neck, leg, stomach, and tail. Ooh. There are buttons involved, too. The panels in the statue must be connected somehow, but what does awaken to your destiny have to do with them? This is tough. What does awaken to your destiny mean? As we thought, the soft hiss of gas filled the silence. We have to do something, and soon, or... Glanced down at the time. An hour had already passed. An hour hasn't passed? Full of lies. I could see everyone else was feeling the pressure too. All around the room were twitchy feet and bit lips. Man, we're not getting anywhere. I said we just go balls out and hit one of those buttons. Yeah, you'd like to go balls out, wouldn't you? Hey, wait, stop! I tried to grab him, but he just shook me off. Stop! Shido dashed forward to try and stop him, but Mitarashi hit the button on the statue's leg before he could. Everyone froze. A bright chime echoed through the room as the light on the monk panel clicked off and the mage panel lit up. Okay, so we seem to have progressed forward in the puzzle, somehow. Accidentally? Maybe on purpose? Ah, now that mage one's lit. Yeah, it is! Ha! See? Just gotta go for it. What are y'all worried about anyway? Yeah, start hitting more buttons, buddy. Let's see you go 2 for 2. Just don't do that again. Hey, back off, cop. You're not the boss of me. Oh, fighting. Before anyone else could stop him, Mitarashi smacked a button on the stomach. Damn it, Mitarashi, what the hell? He grabbed the other man by the collar and shook him. No, stop. This is not a time to fight. I tried to shove them apart, but as I did, that was not a good sound. What was that sound? And now we're all dead. The mage panel, it's turned red. What? Shirabe, you gotta step in there, man. These guys are out of control. There's more gas coming out of its mouth. What? Mitarashi and Shido leapt away from the statue, and I could see the gas was indeed pouring out of its mouth much faster now. You idiot! Do you realize what you just did? Were you even thinking? We're risking our lives with every move we make here. Jesus, I'm sorry, but hey, look at it this way. Now we've got some idea of what's going on with these buttons. We have one success sound, one fail sound. With those, we can use those pieces actually as part of the puzzle to progress forward. We do have an idea of what's going on. Yes, I suppose so, but still, you need to learn to exercise a little restraint. Yoshi quietly raised his hand. Did you notice something? Did you notice something? Well, not so much notice as remember, I guess. What did you remember then? In Samurai Fantasy VII, the new is a boss somewhere around the middle of the game. There's sort of a trick to beating it. A trick. It's weak versus arrows, but you can't hit it with an arrow unless you, set up the attack first. First, the monk hits it in the legs with a special attack. That stops it. Then your mage hits the tail, which keeps it from casting spells. Finally, you use the hunter to attack with his bow. Monk, mage, hunter. There's a panel for each one on here, right? Oh, so that's why the monk panel was lit up. Mitarashi just got lucky and pressed the right button. And now the mage one is lit up. Ah, so when the stomach button was pushed incorrectly, the panel turned red. Probably. So, next up would be, oh. I don't know if I was paying attention. Which button are we supposed to press next?